Oh, go. Ready? Hello and welcome to Allie in Sweatpants. Sorry, that was my dog. My name is Allie and I'm wearing sweatpants. I never say this, but this is a knitting podcast for anyone who may not know. I'm coming to you from sunny and hot Southern California. I think it's supposed to be like 80 degrees today or something, which feels too soon for that, but it is what it is, I suppose. So like usual, today I'm just gonna do finished objects, works in progress, and then we'll be on our way and about our days. So I guess I will start with finished objects. The first finished object that I want to show is a pair of socks. And it is, let me just unfold them, sorry. It is these. These are just plain vanilla socks. And I used the company Vegan Yarns sock base in the River Spirit colorway. Can't believe I remembered all that. Here's the other one. I love them, and these I said before, but these I made a little bit longer in the leg than I normally do because I was noticing that most of my socks were like just that much too short when my sweatpants would ride up, and so like a little ring of my leg was always cold. So, and I've been waiting to wear these until I showed them, so here they are. Now I can wear them. Where should I put them? Put them here. My next finished object is also a pair of socks, but I've already gifted them away to my mom. They were another pair of vanilla socks using the Regia cotton sock base in the pomegranate colorway, which was like purples and pinks, and they're really beautiful. I will put a photo. But yeah, they were really beautiful, and the yarn was really soft on my hands to work with, which the bamboo, this sock base is like a bamboo cotton mix, and it's really great. I love it. It's up until this point been, well, it's been the only wool-free sock base that I could find, but it's also been my favorite until now. I think the Regia sock in their cotton base might be my favorite, which is a bummer because it's so hard to find here in the US. At least I'm having a really hard time finding it. So that was my second finished object. My next finished object I also don't have because they were also gifted away, but they were the Lucky Sunflower Mitts by Stone Knits. I made them for my sister for her birthday, and they were a labor of love. I flew through the first mitten, and then the second mitten was a little bit of a slog, but I got them done. And then I think I have a double pointed needle phobia or something, because I just refuse. I got to the thumbs of the mittens, which is less than 20 stitches for sure on fingering weight yarn. And all I had were my 9-inch circular needles or like a 16-inch circular needle. So I magic looped with my 16-inch circular needles, and it was one of the most unpleasant and frustrating things I've ever done. So both the thumbs were like half the length they were supposed to be, because at the end you were supposed to do 1x1 color work for like ribbing, and I was like, it's not happening. And only one thumb had the color work that it was supposed to have, because I did that on my little 6-inch magic loop, and I was like, again, not happening for the second one. So I just told her it was a design element, and the mitten with the color work was to indicate that it's for your right hand, and the mitten without was to indicate it's for your left hand. I think that she liked them, but at the same time, like a couple minutes after I gave them to her, she was like, you know, if you want to make me something really useful, you could just do like a, you know, simple loopy scarf. And I was like, I almost lost it. I almost lost it, because I put blood, sweat, tears, stress, and frustration into those mittens, but it's fine. They've been gifted, and we have moved on. So my last finished object, and then I have one half finished object. So my last finished object I just finished last night, and I don't know how well it's going to translate on screen. Oh my gosh, it looks like nothing. Hold on. Okay, I'll hold it up. That's hard to show. My last finished object is the Ripple Bralette in the DK version by Jessie Made Designs. Now, I had seen a few different podcasters talking about this design and talking about how they want to make it in a bunch of colors for like undergarments, and I was like, I don't really get the hype for it. So I was, you know, I let the idea kind of sit, and then I stumbled upon the We Grow Wild podcast, and I'm pretty sure I fell in love. Every single video filled me with so much inspiration and calm, and her videos are just the best. And she was talking about the Ripple Bralette and how she'd made it like 6 times, and she loves it. Looks ridiculous. She loves it, and she's doing a welcome spring knit along where we knit spring or summer garments with plant-based fibers, which is super exciting because she's the first other podcaster that I've heard talk about wanting to try to use mostly plant fibers. And so through this knit along, we're all sharing what we're making it with, and kind of, you know, telling each other about the properties of the particular fibers that we've chosen. So I don't know, I'm loving it, and I did already order like 7 more colors to make this in. And so I made the second size, and it barely fits. And I think that's my own problem, because I cast it on and it called for the old Norwegian cast on method, which I've never done before. And I was too lazy to look it up. So I just did my normal long tail cast on, and it is like just that much too small. And so when I can get it on and I can get it off, but getting it off almost ensues like a little bit of a panic attack, because it's like, oh, I'm gonna have to cut it off. But I can get it off, but my arm turns all red from where I'm like scraping this on and off practically. So that's kind of a bummer, but to be continued. I also had to rip it out quite a few times because, again, it For the back stitches, it calls for a particular bind off, and I had never done it before and I didn't feel like looking it up, so I didn't do it, and I just did normal 1x1 bind off, and I felt like an overstuffed sausage. Like my back, I like felt like the Hulk, like I was just gonna burst through burst through the top. So I ripped it back, did the correct bind off, and of course it fit a million times better. So, and then the straps are an I-cord, which I'd also never done before. So this little simple top taught me four new techniques that I'd never done before. I should also say that this is in the Lion brand Kobu yarn in like the olive colorway or something, which is, it's a cotton bamboo mix. And I really like it. I've completed one sweater in it, and I'm working on a sweater in it, but we're not going to talk about that sweater because it's still kind of in the naughty corner. Okay. That is my finished objects done. And now I have one half finished object, which is the socks that I've been working on with my mom. She's blowing me out of the water. All she has to do is Kitchener the toe. That's all she has to do for her second sock, and she did almost all of it without me. I sat with her for the first couple rounds of the short row heel, and then she didn't even need me anymore. And then I sat with her for the first couple decreases of the toe, and then she didn't need me anymore. I was like, wow. So this is our first completed sock. This is again the vegan yarn sock base in the Sea Goddess colorway, which is like beautiful purples. And here is my, I'm like smack dab in the middle of the heel. Here is my second sock. So this has been really fun. And while she's been waiting for me to catch up with her and help her with the Kitchener stitch, she cast on another sock, which is so fun to me. And it's with self-striping yarn from Universal Yarns in their Bamboo Pop sock colorway. And I'm so excited to see how it works up. I think that she's gonna like self-striping yarn, because I know for me, it's like potato chip knitting, where it's like you just want to get to the next one and the next one and the next one. So yeah, I don't know, that's pretty exciting. But okay, on to, I think that this is going to be an extremely short episode because I only have, oh no, okay, I have a couple more things, but still. So let's talk about this first because it's not much to see. I cast on oh my gosh, it's a mess. Okay, that's okay, ignore it. Last night, immediately after I cast off the Ripple bralette, I cast on another one because I originally intended this to be for my friend for her birthday, and I just cannot in good conscience give her the one that I can barely get on. I would rather it be a tad bit too big than scraping skin off your arm to get it on. So I'm hoping I have enough left in just this one ball to finish it, but if not, I have like a sweater's quantity. I way over ordered this yarn, so I have plenty to make it. And this time I did do the old Norwegian cast on method, so good on me. Next whip is a pair of socks, again in the Regia cotton sock It's not a pair yet. It's just one. And my mom told me that our wonderful, sweet family friend, Lori, might watch my videos. So Lori, if you're watching, hello, I miss you dearly. And you were 100% correct in your guess of who these are for. So these are in, I think the passion fruit colorway. So it's like oranges, yellows, greens. I think that the black are supposed to symbolize like seeds for the fruit. And I think for this ball of yarn, the black section wasn't printed on quite as precisely as the pomegranate socks, because the pomegranate socks did make rows of dots practically, and this is kind of just black stripes, but I still love it, and I think she's gonna love them as well. So that's a work in progress. Okay, next is my Aosta sweater by the Knit Pearl Girl. I have a sleeve done. Here, let me, 1 second. There you go. I have one sleeve done, and I'm well on my way with the second sleeve. And I put the body on hold because I was afraid I was gonna run out of yarn. And I did. Well, I haven't yet, but after this one, I think I only have 2 partial balls left, and these are 50-gram skeins, and it's like 75 yards per. So I ordered more, which also enabled me to order the other colors for my future ripple bralettes. So it worked out in the end, but yes, this is my Aosta sweater. It is in Knit Picks Shine Worsted in the current colorway, which is like a cotton, oh, I have the 60% Pima cotton, 40% modal. Modal, M-O-D-A-L. Horrible accent, sorry. So, I love it. I'm excited to keep working on it. My last whip that I've actually been working on, because yes, I still have my Hannah sweater on the needles. No, I have not touched it. I don't know what it is about it, other than I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to order more yarn for that too, which always makes a project hard to keep working on. But that's okay. That's okay. So my last work in progress is my Novice cardigan by Petite Knit. Let me, ta-da! So I finished the body. Beautiful. I finished the body, and I am barely started on a sleeve because I needed those needles for, I think for my Aosta cardigan. So it's been on hold a little bit. This is the vegan yarn worsted base, which is like a cotton bamboo blend in the raspberry speckle colorway. Super soft. Again, really not much to say about it other than it's beautiful. I don't know how much I'm gonna wear it like out and about, because I think it's pretty like, hi, I'm here. But I'm really excited to like snuggle up with it in the house, and I don't know, it was a comfort project really, because horrible things are happening in the world, and I just felt like I wanted and needed a little bit of comfort. So that was all my finished objects. That was all my whips and my half finished objects. I have no acquisitions to show this week. However, I think some are getting delivered today, but none to show as of now. So I think I will do just a tiny bit of like my dream knits or my knitting plans. So I talked about in a past episode, a knitting plan being a, no, okay, scratch that. So during the fundraisers that were going around for the Ukraine, you know, Knitting for Olive did one, Petite Knit did one, I think Bee Mandarins did one, Fiber Tales did one, many amazing designers and companies did fundraisers for the Ukraine where a certain percentage of their income for a certain amount of time would go to a designated charity that was set to help. So I ordered like 6 patterns from Knitting for Olive, 6 patterns from Petite Knit. I think I ordered 3 or 4 from Bee Mandarins and 1 or 2 from Fiber Tales, just because I wanted them anyways, and this was, you know, the best time to get them, literally. So I did. And I have been dreaming about the fern sweater from Knitting for Olive. It's one of the patterns that I got. And it's just, it seems like such a comfortable, oversized sweater, but with the most beautiful, I don't know if it's just lace or if it's eyelets or I don't know what you would call it, but the most beautiful detailing. And yeah, I don't know, it's just been really calling to me. I've also been really wanting to cast on the Ingrid sweater by Petite Knit. I think me and everybody else has been excited about this. And one of the yarns that might be coming today, I think is what I want to cast it on with. It's like a light beige color, which I think will suit the pattern nicely, obviously, because her sample's practically in like a creamy light beige color. So yeah, and the final pattern that has really been calling out to me and I really want to cast on are the So Summer Shorts by Jessie Made Designs again. I have 1 skein of fingering weight yarn, but I'm pretty sure for the size I want to make, I'm going to need 2. And I have ordered the second one, but I haven't received it yet. So yeah, all exciting things. This episode was much shorter, and I also didn't have my flowers. I still have these beautiful flowers, but I used them last week, so I don't know, I guess I could have used them again. Truthfully, I forgot. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for coming to hang out with me. I hope you maybe got a little bit of inspiration or maybe a little bit of humor or just enjoyed a little bit of a relaxing time. I hope everyone is well, hope everyone is safe and healthy and happy, and I'll be back when I have more to talk about. Alrighty, bye.